Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed, baby. Now, a little late to the party, right? Shoot, man, hey, on the weekends, too much stuff going on in all kind of sports, man. So I didn't get around to boxing. I checked a little bit out of it. We'll get to it in a second, but let's talk about that Super Bowl. It's gonna be offense versus defense. Can't really say that though. Running game versus passing game. That's what definitely gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Mahomes gonna be passing, handling his business, but them 49ers gonna run that ball down your throat. It's gonna be a good Super Bowl. So that was awesome. Not gonna get into it much, but San Francisco 49ers versus Kansas City Chiefs. Hey, what it look like? The reigning MVP versus San Francisco, who've been proven the whole year, playing constant the whole year. Only had a couple of losses. One of them to that boy Lamar Jackson and his boys in Baltimore, right? Who will be back down your throat next year. So that's pretty awesome. So you checking that out now. With all the boxing going on, I know that Julian J. Rock lost. You know what I'm saying, to your boy, a new dude, Rosario, right? Who snuck up on him, right? That can happen in that junior middleweight division. That was pretty awesome to see the old boy because he looked like he meant that. That don't look like no, we're gonna see an immediate rematch, but it's gonna be good. Your boy gonna have to come. Julian J. Rock gonna have to come, but he's been stopped now twice. But it's good to watch him come back. He gonna do that. Watch, it's gonna be interesting. That was interesting. But one caught my eye. Eleider Alvarez, the other Alvarez, Eleider, right? He also won, and that's very significant. He beat a guy named Michael Seals, who has a pretty good record of 24-2, with 18 KOs, right? Supposed to be a hard hitter, come from Alabama, where the original Alabama slammer from Deontay Wilder and them, and he's supposed to hit hard. You hear the whole commentary was, hey, how hard he hits, and he don't let him throw that right hand, but he wasn't really able to let it loose. You know what I mean? But Eleider Alvarez tamed him in a pretty ugly fight. These guys that throw one or two punches tops, and then they start holding each other, stand on the inside, trying to smother each other's work. Right? That's pretty much respect is what that was. But when you're the consumer and trying to watch it, that's a whole lot of respect going on in there. You know what I'm saying? But it was okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't understand why Seal respected Eleider Alvarez punching power so much. Because when you're in the know and you're boxing, you got to know your people. Just like basketball. I don't understand why people don't defend people to their strong hand all the time. My team gets mad at me all the time when I'm telling them, I don't give a damn about no right hand layup. I don't even care. They don't do right hand layups. You going left. I ain't got no time for right hand. A 6-year-old does that, right? And you study your opponent, right? And when you understand Eleider Alvarez, he has some kind of issue. I forget what it is exactly, but he has an issue on his right hand to where he used to be a guy who knocks people out all the time, and he had to change into an outboxer because of this issue on his hand. I think he broke 2 fingers or something like that I was hearing back when he fought Kovalev in the first fight. And that had made him change his style to be able to be an outboxer and just win the fights. Because he's 25-1 with 13 KOs. Right? It's not like he has a big KO percentage, but he handles his business. But anyway, Seal messed around trying to throw his right and got clipped by a nice right hand. Timber, baby. Timber. Well, that's all it was. So Eleider Alvarez is someone who we need to be keeping our eye on. I did not like how that went down with Kovalev. Like all the myth. Kovalev was shutting him out before he landed a lucky punch in the first fight. Like people, no, he wasn't. He wasn't shutting this guy out. This guy was jabbing Cole. Every time Kovalev threw a right, his head was going back. On the first fight, people I'm talking about. I don't think Kovalev was shutting him out until he got knocked out. That's just how I saw. I'm like, well, this guy's in the fight. And then when Kovalev was hitting him with some stuff, he was treating him like, okay, you're supposed to be crushing for everybody else, but I'm walking through your punches and telling you, bring it on. And that was what made Kovalev tired, because Kovalev knew damn well I'm hitting him with everything I got. This dude's still coming forward. Then Kovalev got knocked the hell out, right? I thought it was a picture perfect performance from Eleider Alvarez in the first fight. But hey, everybody, he's got his shutout with lucky punch. I'm like, that's not what I'm seeing. Didn't see that with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder either. I didn't see a boring fight with Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather either. That's a myth that's boring. That's not what was boring about seeing somebody shut out a whirlwind like Manny Pacquiao. That's boxing at its absolute finest. And we can sit there and ignore it. So I don't see things like that. I see them how I see them. Narratives are totally unimportant. I don't follow them, never have. You look with your own eyes and then you can decide. That's how I've been. Not just now, I'm an older guy, since I've been a little one. Toddler, right? Have your own mind. That's how you have to roll. So I'm looking at Eleider Alvarez. I'm seeing some talent. Now he loses the second fight to Kovalev, and that's it. Okay, boom, that's it, right? That's what they did to him. Now you know he had an Achilles injury, a pretty severe Achilles injury, mind you, because he hasn't fought for 11 months, and he comes back and he fights a hard hitter like Michael Seals. Hmm? It wasn't a Safari, right? And it wasn't a Pianetta, right? It ain't a Zemaretta. He comes back and fight a Michael Seals after 11 months off, so he can get right back in the mix. Now, what I'm saying about Eleider Alvarez is keep your eye on him, make sure he gets another light heavyweight title shot, which I'm hearing they're in talks of him fighting Joe Smith, because Joe Smith came coming off a good win against Jesse Hart. So that you put that Jesse Hart win right up there with Bernard Hopkins and somebody else Joe Smith beat he hadn't had no business beating back in the day. I forget who that was. Joe Smith has a couple of good wins because Joe Smith, he's got 20 knockouts from 28 fights. He's lost 3, but from 25 wins, 20 got knocked out. So they're rumored to be fighting for that WBO strap, the vacant strap left by Sergey Kovalev when he got beat by Canelo. So let's hope that Alvarez can fight somebody for that. Don't sleep on this guy. This guy's a good fighter. Alvarez got some wins over Pascal, which people like, because he lives in Canada. Let's make sure by way of Colombia, Eleider Alvarez lives in Canada, right? So when you're in Canada and you're around that weight, it's some people you got to fight, and Pascal was one of them. Pascal is a Canadian legend, basically. Now Pascal has the title again after beating your boy Maurice Harris. Forget his name. Harrison, I think his name is. After beating him, right? And he's got the title back. So that's a pretty good thing for John Pascal, because John Pascal was somebody people said is finished. And he's not. So he has the title now. This guy beat Pascal a couple of years ago, right? And he beat Lucien Bute, who's also a legend in Canada. So he has wins over both of those guys. So he's ruling Canada, basically. You know what I mean? So that's something also that this guy, Eleider Alvarez, that he had Adonis Stevenson a year or two ago. But Adonis not fighting right now. So there you have Eleider Alvarez is the baddest one in Canada, basically. So let's give him a shot. Make sure you don't forget this Alvarez, because he's still handling his business and he's up there in age. He's about 35. So let's make sure he gets some fights now-ish. Let's see what's happened. Congratulations to that boy. Doma Sports Talk worldwide. And I'm out of here, y'all.